Shut up and sit down.
Oh, hello and welcome from North Wales side by side. It's absolutely lovely here today in North Wales. Well, the weather is anyhow. Right, there's been a massive news story break today in Wales, and it's all to do with Mark Drakeford. We knew he was standing down and he wasn't going to stand for First Minister in the next elections. That we did know. But today he's come out and said he's resigning as Welsh Labour leader as of March 2024, but will be continuing his job as First Minister until they vote a new Labour leader in. Can you see that? That bird? That's a buzzard. We got lots and lots of them around where I live. Right, Mark Drakeford, 2024 March is when he stands down as Welsh Labour leader. March 2024 is also a very, very important date for Wales in relationship to the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit that's been imposed on Wales. There's a petition running at the moment that's got over 500,000 signatures, and it finishes in March of 2024, which means it has to be discussed in the Welsh Senate in March of 2024. What the Welsh Labour Party have now done is created a massive distraction. Oh, hello and welcome to a North Wales side-by-side video. Nothing to do with cars today. Well, it is in one way and it is in another, and not in another. We've had the amazing announcement today that Mark Drakeford has announced that he's standing down from being the leader of the Welsh Labour Party. He's announced it this morning. But the date he has announced to stand down is March of 2024. Now, March of 2024 in Wales is massively important for Wales and our rights as motorists. You're all aware of the 20-mile-an-hour blanket speed limit that Mark Drakeford's put into place in Wales. And you're probably all aware of the petition that we've got going in Wales that everybody's signed. Well, 500,000 people have signed the petition to get the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit spoken about in the Senate. And March is when the petition has to be spoken about in the Senate. Now, Welsh Labour have been very, very clever on this one, because I'll tell you why they've been clever. They don't want to talk about the petition in March. They've now put a distraction in place where the petition has been put on the back burner as far as the Welsh Labour Party have been concerned, because they've already said they're not discussing, they're not having anything to do with the petition. Drakeford said that himself. They're having nothing to do with it until it ends. Then they'll talk about it. But doing what they've done today means they're not going to talk about it. The petition will end, which it will. It'll end in March, but March is the time now where we're going to have a power struggle in the Senate for the new leader of the Welsh Labour Party. So all they're going to talk about in March is who's going to take over. So they've now created a distraction. We're all going to be watching what's going on with the Welsh Labour Party rather than the petition. It's not going to get spoken about, people, because your attention and the media and all the news outlets are going to be watching the internal wrangle of the Welsh Labour Party. What matters to the people of Wales is that petition in March. That's what they need to be talking about, but they won't. It's as simple as that. They will not now talk about it. As far as they're concerned, there are more important things to talk about than the petition. They've created a massive distraction. Yeah. Welsh politics needs to change. Totally needs to change. The Senate needs disbanding. It needs to go. Totally needs to go. The power of Wales, the decisions that are made in Wales, needs to be made by the people of Wales. Us, you, me, the public. They'll tell you that that's already the case, because us, the people, put them, the politicians, as their puppets, as the people that represent us in different areas. They're the ones that we've given the power to talk about and discuss and make decisions. But they're not, are they? They're not doing it. They come up with a crazy harebrained scheme. They don't ask the people of Wales. They just go ahead and do it anyhow. They do whatever they want and when they want. We don't get a say in it. We never got a say in the 20 mile an hour. One little bit. Nothing. We weren't spoken to. It didn't happen. There's lots and lots of things that happen all over the world. It doesn't matter what country you go to. Politicians make the decisions. They're our representative people. They're nigh on impossible to get hold of, to put your points of view across to, and then they don't take any notice of us. I'll tell you who Mark Drakeford reminds me of. It reminds me of a character called the Patrician. The Patrician is the leader of a fictional city called Ankh-Morpork. Ankh-Morpork is the capital city on a fictional world called Discworld. Discworld is a series of books written by Terry Pratchett. And I've just met the biggest truck on the planet coming down the narrowest lane on the planet. Thank God I know how to reverse. I'm glad I'm not any further up the lane. Whoa, that was a long way back. Let's pray we don't meet anybody else. What's it going on about? Yes, Discworld, Terry Pratchett, Ankh-Morpork, and the Patrician. Now the Patrician runs Ankh-Morpork. They've got a system in place which is one man, one vote. Sounds like politics in this country, doesn't it? One man, one vote. Everybody gets a vote. But that's not how it works. The Patrician is the one man. The Patrician gets the one vote. And that's why Mark Drakeford reminds me of the Patrician. One man, one vote, and you do what I tell you to do. That's what I think Mark Drakeford is, the Patrician. So Welsh Labourers are not as daft as people think they are. Make the announcement today. I'm packing up in March. March happens to be the time that they have to discuss the petition that we've got going, which isn't now going to get spoken about because there's all the internal wrangling. Who's going to be the Labour leader? All that's going to be spoken about. Our petition, pushed to one side, not spoken about. It's not going to happen, people. We're stuck with this 20 mile an hour. All them signatures, I feel, have been a waste of time. Proper shame. But I think that's the reality of it. It ain't going to get discussed. Anyhow, I've had my say. That's what I think about what's going on today. It's totally wrong. The system stinks. We know it stinks. Yeah. Politics is the most corrupt career path you could ever take. Totally and utterly corrupt. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Them are just my views today, having heard the news that I've heard today that Mark Drakeford's announced. Thanks for watching. And by that I mean, what is going to happen now in Wales is nobody's going to talk about the petition. It's not going to get spoken about. Because in the political world now, all they'll be talking about in Wales is the new Welsh Labour leader and the new leader of the Senate, our new First Minister. So basically, he's now, like he said time and time again, he will not discuss the petition until March of 2024. He said that time and time again. I'm not having anything to do with it until the petition has finished. So the petition is now not going to get spoken about. What a beautiful place this is. Yeah, so I think we're stuck with this 20 mile an hour speed limit now. Because all the press and all the news outlets are just going to cover what's going on with the Welsh Labour Party. And the petition won't even get into the Senate. That's just my feelings on the entire subject. We're not going to talk about it. Because that's what he said. We're not going to talk about it. So he's just walked away from a massive problem that he's created. He wants nothing to do with it. He's implemented it. You're stuck with it. Live with it. Is, I think, Mark Drakeford's attitude. Do as I say, not as what I do. And I'll tell you who he reminds me of. I'm a massive fan of Terry Pratchett. Now, Terry Pratchett wrote a series of books called Discworld. And if you've ever read Discworld or listened to the audiobooks, which are absolutely amazing, and I do advise anybody who's into fiction to find the Discworld series and listen to it or read them. But it's a fictional planet called Discworld. And on the planet is a city called Ankh-Morpork. And it's run by a political system and a leader. And the leader is called the Patrician. And he has a voting system in place, which is one vote, one person. And the way he looks at it is like Drakeford. I'm the one person, I'm the one vote, and nobody else gets a say. And that's how I look at Mark Drakeford. He is the Patrician of Ankh-Morpork on Discworld. One vote, one person. I make the decisions, you do as I say. They're my views on the whole subject. And that's what's happening in Wales. And that's all I wanted to say today. Like I say, they're my views on the subject. I hope you find some of the information in the video useful. And that's it, that's the video. That's all I wanted to say today. Just tell you what's going on, give you some news, and tell you the breaking news in Wales and my thoughts on it. Anyhow, thanks for watching the video.